Good morning, Kettleland. At 7 minutes ahead of the hour, here's a check on our top stories. The South Dakota Republican Party has filled out its lineup of statewide offices ahead of the November election. Delegates to the state convention in Watertown Saturday selected Marty Jackley as their candidate for Attorney General. Monet Johnson defeated incumbent Steve Barnett for the Secretary of State. Delegates chose Larry Roden to run again for Lieutenant Governor. Now, the Attorney General's office is vacant after the Senate removed Jason Rounsberg last week. Nome has not indicated who she'll appoint in the interim. Meanwhile, incumbents winning Republican nominations without contest on Saturday were State Treasurer Josh Hader, State Auditor Rich Satgast, and State Public Utilities Commissioner Chris Nelson. It's been a busy early morning for firefighters in Minnehaha County. They responded to a fire at a barn on 481st Avenue north of Brandon. The call came in just before 1 o'clock this morning. Authorities say the barn was destroyed. No one was hurt. The cause is under investigation. We hope to learn more about a weekend armed robbery at a convenience store in southwest Sioux Falls. Police say 2 men wearing masks held up a clerk at the Get and Go on South Marion Road early Saturday morning. Police say one of them showed a weapon before the pair took off with money. No one was hurt. We expect an update on the investigation from police when they hold their Monday morning briefing, which we will live stream on KETTLELAND.com. The banquet in Sioux Falls is seeing an increase in the number of guests coming in. The nonprofit serves 16 meals each week to people in need. They're serving 200 guests for breakfast at the downtown location and between 300 to 400 people for dinner each day.
It's hard to pinpoint it on any one thing, but you know, it's easy in these times to pin it back on the rising cost of the variable expenses that families have on a day-to-day with gas prices and inflation and stuff. So, you know, and that's what we're here for.
The banquet is serving 150 guests each day at its West Side location. That compares to less than 100 a day last year. Scott.
All right, thank you, Perry. Good morning, everybody. We are waking up to clear skies. A little cool for some of us as temperatures have fallen to the 40s and 50s, but that will soon change as we do go into the afternoon. We'll have numbers into the 70s, still below average, but I think very comfortable. High pressure and control of our weather right now, and that will continue to move to the southeast for this morning. As you do see, we're still holding to the 40s in western South Dakota. 49 degrees Rapid City. We have 41 in Custer. It's 54 in Pierre, 53 Chamberlain, 58 degrees in Sioux Falls with a north wind at 14 miles per hour. A couple of these wind gusts approaching 30 miles per hour in eastern South Dakota. And I think that trend will continue today for eastern Kettleland. Wind speeds around 15 to 25. The gusts may approach 30 on occasion. Dry air is in place as we have dew point temperatures in the 30s and 40s. And on Futurecast, it will remain dry, even though the clouds will thicken a little as we go into the afternoon. By this evening, we'll go with clear skies tonight. And then for tomorrow, I think we may have a couple of high-level clouds here and there, and that should be about it, as temperatures will be a little bit warmer for tomorrow. So today will be below average, numbers in the 70s for highs, 76 degrees Sioux Falls, 80 in Yankton. We have 77 in Mitchell and 75 in Aberdeen. Tonight, temperatures fall to the low to middle 50s. We could still see 40s across the hills of western South Dakota for tonight. And then for tomorrow, temperatures will be a little warmer, mostly sunny skies. Notice we'll have southerly winds tomorrow. They'll increase in central and western South Dakota at least 15 to 25 miles per hour. 90s do return to eastern and southeastern Kettleland. That will happen by Tuesday, and we'll stay in the 90s through Thursday. As we cool, we introduce the slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm. It's in there at about 20% in southeastern Kettleland, though I do think the moisture is very limited. In northeastern South Dakota, we'll hit the 90s, 98 Wednesday, 92 on Thursday. As we cool Friday, Saturday, we bring in that 20% chance for a shower or thunderstorm. And in central South Dakota, temperatures do warm to the 100s. That will happen Wednesday and Thursday. After that, temperatures cool, low to middle 80s Friday and for at least the first half of the weekend. And I think we may slowly warm Sunday into the holiday. And western South Dakota, 90 on Tuesday, 100-degree weather on Wednesday. Slight chance for rain late in the week.
Thank you, Scott, and thank you for joining us at home. Stay tuned next for Sunday Morning on CBS. Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your Sunday. We also have your Boredom Busters coming up, but first, our top story. The South Dakota Republican Party has filled out its lineup of statewide offices ahead of the November election. Delegates to the state convention in Watertown Saturday selected Marty Jackley as their candidate for Attorney General. Monet Johnson defeated incumbent Steve Barnett for Secretary of State. Delegates chose Larry Roden to run again for Lieutenant Governor.
I think the big picture is unity. Unity within the governor's office. A house divided against itself cannot stand. The governor needs somebody that will work with her, not against her. But it also applies to this group as we go home.
Listen, Larry's a man of integrity. He's mentored so many leaders in this state that have given us the wonderful state that we have today. I would ask you to support him. I need a partner to continue fighting Joe Biden in this terrible administration that's trying to wreck our country.
The Attorney General's office is vacant after the Senate removed Jason Ravnsborg last week. NOM has not yet indicated who she will appoint in the interim. Incumbents winning Republican nominations without contest Saturday were State Treasurer Josh Hader, State Auditor Rich Satgast, and State Public Utilities Commissioner Chris Nelson. State Senator Brock Greenfield of Clark won the nomination for State School and Public Lands Commissioner. Ryan Bruner couldn't seek re-election again because of term limits and resigned to accept a position in the NOM administration. Jared Johnson, a former commissioner, is serving in the interim. Meanwhile, the South Dakota Democrats will hold their state convention in Fort Pierre next month. It was a busy early morning for firefighters in Minnehaha County. They responded to a fire at a barn on 481st Avenue north of Brandon. The call came in just before 1 o'clock this morning. Authorities say the barn was destroyed. No one was hurt. The cause is under investigation. South Dakotans can start purchasing fireworks for the upcoming 4th of July holiday. In-state sales begin tomorrow. Out-of-state customers have been purchasing fireworks for the past 2 months. Hot Shot Fireworks says sales have been very good this year in spite of rising prices of fireworks.
We sell a lot of family packs, a lot of assortments, and a lot of 200-gram cakes. They've been a big seller this year.
Fireworks stands say smaller family packs haven't so much been affected by inflation. It's mostly the larger fireworks that cost more this year. Find out why customers are still willing to shell out hundreds of dollars for their 4th of July fireworks tonight in Ion KELOLAND at 10. There was a big celebration of freedom and romance Saturday in Sioux Falls. People gathered at Kenny Anderson Park to celebrate Juneteenth. The event featured musical performances, poetry readings, and even a surprise on-stage proposal. Performer Etta McKinley says the day is about celebration and community.
It's very reassuring, very comforting knowing that so many people want to embrace their blackness, and I just feel like that's something that's really cool.
The event also featured vendors as well as a fashion show. Let's take a first look at the forecast now with meteorologist Scott Munt in the Storm Center. Good morning, Scott.
All right, good morning, Perry. Good morning, everybody. A rather pleasant day today, though a little breezy on occasion. We'll continue with these northwest winds of 15 to 25 miles per hour. That will cover eastern KELOLAND as we hit the 70s for afternoon highs. We do have warming temperatures in our forecast, and that's something I'll talk about in just a couple of minutes.
All right, thank you very much, Scott. Music fans will want to be aware of a programming alert we want to tell you about. The Harrisburg Marching Band will be featured in a pre-recorded broadcast of a Memorial Day parade in Washington, D.C. today. The parade will air only on KELO Extra from noon to 2 p.m. today. The South Dakota Peach Festival has a new location in Sioux Falls. It's taking place at the former VFW building on South Minnesota Avenue from 11 to 6. You can enjoy peaches from Georgia, along with plenty of activities for kids, including Paint a Peach at 3:30 and 4:30. There will also be a canning demonstration at noon, plus bingo at 1. Admission is free. The Peach Festival is a benefit for the VFW and Make-A-Wish South Dakota. Last Chance Auction is hosting an auction of classic cars at its barn on the west side of Sioux Falls. An auction of memorabilia begins at 10 a.m. The car auction begins at 11. The Sioux Falls Municipal Band performs a free concert at Terrace Park. They'll be striking up the music starting at 8 p.m. Good Earth State Park's Summer Concert Series features a performance by the HEGG brothers. The music begins at 4 o'clock. The concert is free to attend, but a park entrance license is required for vehicles. And the family singing group, the KRAMERS, perform a gospel music concert at Faith Temple Church in Sioux Falls. The concert starts at 6:30. Scott?
All right, thank you, Perry. And weather for today will go with a slow increase in cloud cover. Skies becoming mostly sunny to partly cloudy as cool temperatures will stay in place for today. But that changes tomorrow. We'll start with sunshine, maybe some high-level cloudiness during the afternoon as temperatures do return to the 80s for highs. Now, our moisture as we go through this week, temperatures will warm, but the moisture is very, very limited to when we bring in some cooler air. It's just a slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm late this week as you see a lot of our moisture staying well to our south. So our rain forecast late this week across eastern Kettle-Land, only a 20 to 30% chance to see something. And the same across western South Dakota, though it's in there for Thursday, Friday, and into the first half of the weekend. So there's our cool air in place for today. Some of that will spill over into tomorrow. 90s and 100s do return by midweek. It doesn't last, well, maybe into Thursday. But then the cooler weather comes in as we start next weekend, and then we'll see numbers slowly warm. Maybe by the 4th of July, we'll see those temperatures warm above average again. So for today, you can expect temperatures into the 70s. Tonight, with mostly clear skies, our numbers will fall to the 50s. You can always check the details of the 7-day forecast while you're here online. Have a great day.